A 20-year-old man with autism was tased by police.
Officer shot a 13-year-old boy with autism spectrum disorder.
Officers who tased a man with autism.
Why did police use a stun gun on her son who has autism?
Howdy, welcome to Use of Farce. I am David Page. I was a peace officer for 15 years in Colorado Department of Corrections. I am going to be looking at auditing the Front Range, and take a look at this. Make sure you give him the credit he deserves. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe, and hit all, of course. You want to see everything this guy does. He's a great auditor. I was particularly interested in this video because I did external security for 5 years for Colorado Department of Corrections. So I have a little bit of knowledge and understanding about what goes on here. So being that this is an audit and I know this guy's going to be filming, let me give you a background of what I would do. I was working in Buena Vista, and out front of the Buena Vista facility on actual prison grounds, there's a pull-off, a big one, a nice one where you can rest and take pictures and do whatever. Every once in a while I get a call, and this is pretty much how I on that, you know, the people are curious about why the person's out there taking pictures or whatever. So I would get a call from the control center to go check it out. And so this is basically how I approach it. I would drive up there, get out of my car, approach the people to say, hey, how you doing? First of all, I want you to know you're right. You can take pictures of anything you want to in public, anything you can see. Just don't get right up against my fence, because that's a secured area, and you'll very clearly see that it says do not enter. As long as you're not in the unauthorized areas, you're good to go. This being said, my bosses get really nervous when people take pictures of the facility. They have asked me to ask you to not take pictures, but once again, you can do whatever you need to do. Thank you very much for allowing me the opportunity to tell my bosses I did my job. And that was it. From there on, we'd usually start BS, and I'd tell them about the nice restaurants and stuff, because usually they're a tourist, or the attractions in the area. But that was it. And this was literally on Colorado Department of Corrections property. This was not a sidewalk. This was not a park. This was not a street. This was literal Colorado Department of Corrections property. And they could take pictures there. It was a public place. So I'm very interested to see by this title here, where the prison employee tries to bully me and gets owned. So let's just see what happens here.
Subscribe really helps us out, especially being a newer channel. We got to get our videos out there, and YouTube's algorithm loves people liking and commenting. I mean, the more interactions with my post or with my videos, the more it will pop up in people's recommended and in different people's pages. So please do not forget to like, share, subscribe. Leave a comment below if you know what's going on. Just taking some video, man. Exactly what you see.
I understand that you're taking the video.
Yeah.
This is not public property. This is private.
Where I'm standing.
Okay. Remember what I said. Okay, the most protected free speech, the most protected areas that we have for the right to protest, the right to speak, is sidewalks, streets, and parks. This he is on the sidewalk, but the thing is this is all public area. He can step right up in there. He can go in the parking lot. He can do anything he wants to, as long as he's not going into a posted unauthorized area. But this auditor's being very, very careful here. So this officer here is definitely not knowledgeable. Now, remember what I told you there with that story. That was in the late 90s. That was like early, well, 97, 98, 99, early 2000. The other thing I'm noticing here is this is not a Department of Corrections uniform, so I'm going to guess that this is a contractor, and maybe this accounts for this guy's lack of knowledge or training, because we sure knew better back in the 90s than to do this crap that this guy's trying to pull here.
Right now is city property. This is public property.
No, it is not, sir.
Yes, it most certainly is. You see that road right there? I cannot walk in that as a pedestrian, which means even if this is owned by a secondary party, this is considered an easement or a pedestrian right-of-way. I am entitled to be exactly where I am, and nothing you say will change that. Does not matter. This is considered an easement because of that road. I cannot walk in that road as a pedestrian, so this is a pedestrian right-of-way. Nothing you say will change that.
I can say because this facility is.
Does not matter what.
It
It does not matter what borders the property. This is a
And this is
easement.
built by this property. This makes it private property. It means you can walk on through, but you cannot stay here and take video.
Nope, not where I'm standing. Again, I'm not here. I didn't approach you. You approached me.
I did
So,
because
Now, what this guy may be confusing, this may be a privately owned company. Colorado Department of Corrections does contract out to private companies. However, when a private company rents a building space or whatever to do public business for the public, and then in this case it's a prison, it is public property. The private property laws do not apply anymore.
you were honestly filming a place that you should not be filming.
just because one person doesn't do it doesn't make another person not have to do it. Or let me rephrase that. Just because it's not normal to one doesn't mean that it's abnormal. It's just not normal.
Now you're just changing the topic. Is what I'm saying.
Well,
Nor does it mean that it's illegal. Just because you're not used to seeing a camera does not mean it's illegal to have one or use one.
well, no, me videotaping this, you say I shouldn't be.
No,
That's your opinion.
No, it's not my opinion. It is actually law. You should not be filming.
No, there is no law that says I cannot film this from a public area.
You cannot film a jail from public area. People have the right to privacy.
You are incorrect on that. I am doing my best to remain nice and cordial with you, but the best way I can say it is you are incorrect. I can film whatever I can see from public. This is public. Where I am standing is public. Regardless if you want to accept that or not, it is. Okay? Whatever my eyes can see from public, I can record. That it's a portion of the First Amendment, and that's exactly what I'm doing here. I'm here to educate you and anyone else. Your opinion is I can't film here. The law and the law says I can't. And there's nothing you say or do that will stop me from being right here filming.
All right. He nailed it. Perfect. I'm going to go see what they're probably going to call the police, of course. You know how that goes. So we're going to see when the police show up here, which I'm sure they will. I'm just going to speed through his audit here. Go ahead and subscribe to his channel. Check it out and watch the entire audit. Is that a police car? Is that just a vehicle? Okay, that's just a vehicle. Alright, no problems whatsoever so far. And notice he's staying right there on the sidewalk, which he really does not have to do. Uh-oh, somebody called the cops. Alrighty, let's take a look at this, see what happens.
Well, actually, sorry, both of them are wearing blue. So the dark blue is the guy that we chatted with. Light blue is the one that I saw in that SUV that gave me a dirty look, and we later saw him going in the front of the building there. So looks like they're both over there having a chat with the police.
Okay, just judging from this is it wouldn't be a warden, maybe they call it a warden, but it's an administrator or something. This is probably the head guy in charge, and I'm guessing this cop here is educating him. Well, let's see what happens here. The good thing I'm seeing is there's not a bunch of other cops coming in here, and usually when they start calling a whole bunch more cops, that's when it's going to go down bad. But that hasn't happened here yet, and there's no reason for it.
So, guys, still on the sidewalk here.
And once again, he does not have to stay on the sidewalk there. He's being very careful. I commend him for that, and that's exactly what I would do. Even in this situation, having my background, knowing what I know.
So this looks like it's going to be a pretty good view. You know, guys, I'm going to go ahead and cross the street here.
This
See if we
auditor
can get a
just-
better view of the officer that's in the car.
He's doing an excellent job because he's really just not giving them
Nope.
any excuses.
Can't stand out here because there's a lot of vehicles coming and going. I know I could while I'm not impeding traffic, but I'm not going to because I'm going to be focusing on my phone, so I don't want to
Good job.
accidentally impede traffic and then give the cops a reason to hassle me.
Yep. Smart man. This is why I love this channel. This guy's great. Remember to like and subscribe. Just like being educated. Yep. Not liking it, bro. What? You know, what?
Now, what I wonder here, guys, leave a comment below, pause the video, leave a comment, and let's take a poll and see if the cop's going to come over here and talk to us. All too often, I know I see cops responding to the RP, to the reporting party, and then dipping out once they figure out that there's no crime.
Okay, so to take his challenge here, there's not other cops on the scene, so it's not being overdone now. Also, cops tend to be very aggressive right out at the outset, if they're going to be, and he really hasn't. Let's see if he tries to.
Crime that's been committed, and
Yeah, he's not
other times
popping out of
cops
the
will
car.
come chat with the
Let's see. Nah,
with the auditor, but
yeah, I don't think this guy's gonna. I don't think he's even gonna stop because, just you can tell he's just being very non-aggressive here so far. Hopefully, it doesn't go downhill. Let's see.
pause the video, leave a comment, and guess and see which way this video is going to go.
The other thing is, I'm kind of cheating. I know it's near the end of the video.
For now,
so
I'm going to go
probably-
back to videoing. I'm not going to stay stationary and give the cop an easy job of getting over to me. If he wants to come and chat with me, he can come and drive over here, walk over here, whatever. Oh, looks like two cops.
You see, they would have walked over now. They're going to take off. He's not even looking at him. Look at that. Look at that.
Nope, they are not going to
Good
come and
job.
talk to me.
Good job. Good job. All right. So there you go. That was an excellent audit, a perfect audit, because nothing happened. No one's rights were infringed, and hopefully Audit the Front Range will keep on doing the good work he just did here. This is David Page. Do what's right.